And good morning. We are back. And after all of the sort of craziness we've had for the last couple of days, literally losing the computer right before we started our broadcast on Tuesday, we are back. We are here. We are doing what we can. We are a little behind because we're out of practice, but thank you so much for being with us for things you might have heard for today, being Friday, August 5th, 2022. I didn't quite get the graphic up. I didn't quite get things going on. I don't have anything to drink. Actually, I have something to drink. We're not going to go into that right now. But thank you so much for joining us for the broadcast. Hopefully things are looking well, sounding well. Not sounding so great in my ears at the moment, but like I said, we're bringing in brand new equipment, doing brand new things, and with the new equipment, we're actually getting better shots, if you will. So not quite prepared when I hit the start, but running a little behind. But thank you so much for being here. So without further ado, let's get into the news stories that you've been missing for the past couple of days. Now, remember, go to our main website, which is thisisaconversationproject.com, and you can see all things Conversation Project and some more Meritor Media stuff as well, including the sponsorships page and the partnerships page. Those are important because that means we keep staying in business, along with other details and other things going on inside of the company, inside of the project. If you want to comment on us whatever platform you're watching us from, and we'll shout you out there as well. Story number one this morning: South Korea cancels flights to Taiwan amid Chinese live fire military drills. Now, these are regular commercial flights to Taiwan. So nobody for the past couple of days or so are going to China, or at least to Taiwan, because of China. Now, why is this a problem? Nancy Pelosi traveled to Taiwan and she left safely after China started firing missiles because they wanted to literally rattle some sabers. In the meantime, Taiwan was also scheduled to have some military drills, which were also postponed because China is firing live missiles around the island nation of more or less island nation of Taiwan. Very bad things happening in the neighborhood for Taiwan. So they're trying to lay low and keep it down and let the tensions really come down a bit. Now, remember, Taiwan is a nation or a area that operates independent of China, but the Chinese feel that Taiwan is actually part of them, and they have been thinking about taking it back in about 2-3 years. But because of Ukraine, they're thinking maybe we take it back a little bit earlier. We'll see how that goes. We shall see how that goes, unfortunately. The View finally replaces Meghan McCain with conservative co-host and another familiar face. Now, The View has been doing a lot of guest hosting for people filling out the quote-unquote conservative chair where Meghan McCain was before. Now, they finally filled it up with, oddly enough, two conservatives, one that's more aligned with the McCain thought than the other. They've had a lot of time to have one of my favorite commentators on TV being on the air with them. Being Anna Navarro, who's spent a lot of time as a fill-in host, who is now officially on the seat, but the actual official fill-in or actual official chair sitter for Meghan McCain, that goes to Alyssa Farah Griffin, who, of course, former White House Director of Strategic Communications, just got out of the White House. She one of the people who famously resigned fairly early in the late parts of the Trump presidency. I don't think she actually resigned on January 6th. I think she resigned a bit before that. Was one of the people with early folks who were bashing Trump and the officials on that one. But we do have two new people filling one seat. So the desk is now 6 people. Of course, there's a lot of times where many of the members of the View are actually out for extended periods of time. So this means there should be more or less 5 actual people on the stage at general periods of time going forward. If that's something you watch, if that's something you care for. The View is actually a fairly influential product, if you will, for politicians and for politics and for women who are into those things. But they also have, cooking sessions. So because it's built for women, they still do that stuff. Our next story is NBA star Brittney Griner sentenced to 9 years in Russian jail for drug smuggling. 9.5 years to be specific. So this is a really, really tough one because after she pleaded guilty to actually carrying the vape cartridges that had cannabis oil in them, after she put her mercy on the court saying she accidentally packed them when she came to Russia, there were only 2 cartridges. It was, not enough to do very much. She's very sorry. She apologized to her teammates for putting them in that situation, her Russian teammates specifically for basically embarrassing them for what's going on. The Russian people judge system decided 9.5 years when something like this is normally a 5-year sentence. 9.5 years because she's such a desperate and just a legally, bad person. There we go. There you have it. Brittney Griner with her enterprise to sell 2 cannabis oil things is worth 9.5 years in the penal colony, which is hard labor. Now that they have her sentence, now that she's got a jail sentence there, the Russians are talking about a swap for, the butcher of death, because Brittney Griner is obviously a junior butcher of death. No, it's pretty obvious she's not a junior butcher of death, but we are talking about the Russians and what the Russians do. Russians going to do what Russians going to do, and this is how this thing is going to roll. We will see very soon how the Russians will react to actual communications for the prisoner swap and see what happens. Many people not so happy that we're swapping a guy they're calling the butcher of death for a basketball player and a serviceman who was just out sightseeing. However, these are the Russians. Russians going to do what Russians going to do. White House declares monkeypox a public health emergency. This is a big deal because no one's talking about monkeypox. We don't talk about monkeypox. No, but it's a big deal. Monkeypox is spreading across the nation, not quite much the wildfire that the COVID virus did and is still, but it's a serious thing. Monkeypox is it's a virus. It's a disease. It's a pox that affects mostly genital areas. And right now, if you listen to the news reports that people are actually getting it, it seems to be rampant in the gay community, the gay male community. So, which is probably why there's not a lot of talk about it. However, I talked to, oddly enough, a lot of medical type experts, doctors, and people who are talking about this stuff, because they're doctors. Monkeypox may be a thing. It is a thing. It may be a big thing, and we need to get into it right now. Right now, we know there's not a lot of virus, virus protection from this, not a lot of vaccine going around, and the president isn't really talking about it. Right now, they finally declared it a public emergency. This is not a pandemic. This is a public emergency. So get some knowledge on the monkeypox. Jury finds Alex Jones caused $4 million in damages to 2 Sandy Hook parents. The parents who sued him for damages wanted more than $100 million. They got 4. But remember, there are many more parents, many more children, many more people who can line up and take a little pinch from Alex Jones. Alex Jones has declared bankruptcy, but in the meantime, that doesn't necessarily mean he is bankrupt. And he has also pulled many of funds from the parent company InfoWars to fund various things. So he may technically not have any money, but he's got reserves in the back going forward. There was rumored that basically while the Sandy Hook massacre at when it happened, and he was originally going on talking about this as part of the show, he was earning about $800,000 a day for extended amounts of days, literally just while he's yakking up about Sandy Hook. And of course, people are donating to his cause because he's a warrior and things like that. So he's got some money somewhere. And right now, $4 million may not sound like a lot of money in the grand scheme of things. But as I said, there are many more parents who need to actually, get their lawsuits in order. And we'll see how much more is coming down there. 4 officers face federal charges in Breonna Taylor's raid. We had to say Breonna Taylor's name over and over again to make sure that her name was not forgotten. Let's make sure we say the names of these 4 officers charged: Joshua James, Kyle Meany, Kelly Goodlett, Brett Hankinson. Several civil rights violations, conspiracy, use of force, offenses, and obstruction. Attorney General Merrick Garland said the civil rights charges against the 3 of the officers stem from alleged falsification of the affidavit used to obtain the search warrant that authorized the early morning raid on Taylor's apartment. Justice Brianna, we shall see, but we do know charges are filed and 4 men will actually at least be talked about. We'll see if trial happens. We'll see what happens in this thing, but we know something is now going forward for Breonna Taylor. We are glad that this is happening. We are not glad at all that we have to have this happen. Lady Gaga confirmed she will star in Joker sequel alongside Joaquin Phoenix, and she pretty much confirmed that it's a musical with a little musical interlude in her social media. So there you go. We do have Lady Gaga in the Joker sequel. We shall see how this one plays out. literally because it's a movie. Herschel Walker has agreed to debate Reverend and U.S. Senator Raphael Warnock. Herschel Walker running for Senator Warnock's seat. Warnock won his seat last year in a special election, so he doesn't get the full 6 years to kind of sit and do his thing. He's got to run again initially to get a full 6 years to do his thing. And Herschel Walker is the hand-picked candidate by Donald Trump to unseat him. So Herschel Walker, football star in Georgia, although he lives and basically operates in Texas, very, very popular person among people in Georgia because of his time at the University of Georgia, popular among just people in general, popular with Trump, played for his USFL for a bit, was on The Apprentice, all that stuff right there. Doesn't really show a lot of grand intelligence, does not show a lot of real responsibility after we found out when this thing started that he not only had one kid, but two other kids from quite some time and probably didn't pay child support. Definitely not known for saying witty things that sound witty, but a lot of things that sound really, really bad. He has been dodging Senator Warnock, your views on him or, aside for any sort of debate. Of course, Herschel Walker did the whole lot, debate him in a parking lot type deal and then won't sign up for a debate. A debate is now going to happen. We shall see them go head to head. As we said, he is the Trumpy guy, the black Republican versus the black Democrat. So, they tried this when Obama came out. The Republicans tried to roll out a bunch of black candidates thinking, oh, it's the black guy magic. And it's not quite the black guy magic. But we shall see if they're going to be able to place this. It's pretty blatant. It's pretty obvious, pretty dumb. But I'm not in Georgia, so this is not my problem, except it's everyone's problem. We'll see how this debate comes out. This will definitely have sound bites aplenty. Kevin Spacey must pay $31 million in HouseDeclares dispute. Judge affirming that, coming from the Hollywood Reporter. The actor was, of course, fired from the show for misconduct, killed off, and then his wife took over as the evil president, I guess. Challenged the 8-figure damages awarded to MRC by the arbitrator. He fought the law, and the law won. He's got to pay that $30 million for that dispute. So says the judge who affirms. Judges who affirm. Our teaser story for today. This is an interesting one. Curb Your Enthusiasm is coming back for another season. However, they actually filmed his death scene in the previous season because they assumed it wasn't going to happen. And then they decided, you know what, let's do another season, which is pretty much Larry David personified. So what do you think about that? Curb Your Enthusiasm has a death scene already filmed for Larry David to end the series, yet they brought it back for another season, and who knows what goes on forward from there. We can chat this up. If you deem this one to be inspirational, conversational. Engage with the story by liking it, loving, hating it, sharing it, being in the social medias as we post this in our feeds. Every 50 minutes, we post a new story in the feeds. And so you can check those out. And as you see this story, if this is one you think we should talk up, then you bits engage with it and we will make that happen. Now, let's make happen a little bit of money. Let's make it rain, if you will. Well, maybe not. Robinhood's not doing so great financially for themselves. And the market's not doing as great financially for all of us, which is, an issue with this. So why am I pushing for Robinhood? Robinhood is still one of the easiest, simplest apps out there to get you into investing right now. And if you're not into any investing, you don't have to put down your house just to see what's going to happen. You just have to put aside a little bit of money every so often and watch the markets work. Literally watch the markets work. Robinhood has a market for bonds, stocks, also have a market for crypto and for IPOs. IPOs slowing down a lot these days because they're not doing so great. But when it's time to get back into the market, back into the money, if you will, you want to be there. Robinhood lets you do it for free, and they'll even pony you up a stock for free just by signing up for Robinhood. You can use this as your bank, and you can use it for direct deposit to a actual account that gives actual interest, and of course have a debit card to go along with it as well. And of course you earn extra money, extra dividends, if you will, by putting money into special funds that are set aside to gather up money for big deal stocks. Penny stocks, you buy them up. You don't have to spend full stocks. You buy incremental stocks. You do it all, and it's done via Robinhood. Check it out at thisistheconversationproject.com/Robinhood. This is our affiliate link that gives us a little bit for bringing into the store, but Robinhood is the best, easiest, simplest way to get into the market right now. Even if Robinhood, the business itself, is having some issues, even if the market itself is, of course, not so great, I can tell you right now, I am still down from this is my I call it my play fund fuel. I'm still down about $700 from what I'll put in here to try to play the market here, Wills, for the year. But as of for the month, I'm back up about $120 or so based on whatever percentages. I can't remember just the dollar amounts. So some things are rebounding, some things are stabilizing, and I've bought a few new things that have done well lately because I've cleared out the old and bought in the new. Learn the market by playing the market, but don't play yourself. Get into Robinhood, play some pennies, and get started today. Now let's go to the websites of note. We're going to start off with the most important website of them all. This is theconversationproject.com. That's the home for the Conversation Project, where you can find all the details of things going on. The things that I usually have rolling down in the scroll that is up now right now, that's all there, if you will. You can see the partnerships page. You can see the sponsorships page. You can see all the things we do around the Conversation Project there at the main website. This is theconversationproject.com, brought to you by More Better Media. Facebook and Twitter are where we have our feeds. We know that the young kids aren't there, so we need you to go there. Facebook.com/this is the Conversation Project and Twitter.com/th_conversation. And you can be a part of the show. You, as you watch our stories go down the line every 50 minutes, new stories posted, like them, love them, hate them, share them. You and your engagement tells us what stories we get up there. The stories we pick from today, the 9 stories we produce, are from the top half of the stories we looked at, top 15 stories. About 33 new stories posted within the day or so. But the top 15 were what we gauged out there, and we picked 9 of those to present to you that we thought were good for your coffee chat and your morning chats. Hopefully, if they do work for you. If not, let us know what stories we can go in or get into the feeds and vote up the ones you like. We're on the TikTok at The Conversation Project and YouTube at The Conversation Project. Sorry about that. Make sure you subscribe and hit notifications so when we go live, after a few days of forced hiatus, you get the notifications that we are here and you can watch us go, hello, all that great stuff there. Of course, next time we need to be more prepared to have things going on, but you lose a rhythm. Today, things as we go out the door. August 5th birthday starting off. We're going old school. We're going beautiful school. Starting off with Lonnie Anderson, who is 77 years old today. Lonnie Anderson, famous for being beautiful, being married to Burt Reynolds, and of course, the role in WKRP in Cincinnati. I'm sure she's done other things. I can't think of a single one except being beautiful, being married to Burt Reynolds, and WKRP in Cincinnati. Happy birthday, Lonnie Anderson. Maureen McCormick, of course, all the love goes out to Marsha, 66 years old on the day, and Jonathan Silverman turning 56 years old today. Underwear Day. It is National Underwear Day. I'm not sure who declared this, but there are actually competing websites for days of the year, and many websites cite Underwear Day. Your tip for the day, because it's Friday and it's Underwear Day. According to researchers, 1 out of 8 men wear their underwear 2 or 3 times before washing it. The survey, conducted by Clorox, also found guys 18 to 28 wash their bed sheets around once a month. I'll say I'll do that. Compared to once a week by women, I'll admit that one. The underwear, no. How do men decide when it's time to wash clothes? More than half said they do the sniff test. When they start to smell, it's time to toss them into washer. Till then, they're good. Now, I will admit, I will wear I will often wear things like on Friday that if I don't have a rough day at work and not sweating around doing stuff, I'll throw on the same pair of jeans and a shirt from Saturday to go to shopping, go take things out early and do things that way. Do I go all day out? Do I hit the clubs a couple times in the same shirt? No, that doesn't happen. However, I will admit to that one. And I will say I don't wash my sheets every week. It's more of a 3-week, 4-week thing when I remember that. I'll be honest with that one. Underwear every damn day. Period. So there you have it. Things you might not have heard for August the 2nd. No, Friday, August the 5th, 2022. I told you we were a little wonky going on. However, the only the biggest takeaway from this, the good thing out of this, is that it forced us to do some upgrades, do some moving around. The move made it possible to do better location, and the breaking down of the equipment meant we had to kind of go a step up with that. So we can use your help on that one. Make sure you do stop by our website. This is theconversationproject.com, and seriously, consider partnering up with us go to buy me a coffee there. We have my Venmo and my Cash App links there. We're going to do some other things and do some other partnership things coming up soon now that we have more capacity happening here. And just stop by the sponsors. Just stop by a sponsor and click on something there. Buy something from them, and it costs you nothing extra, and we get a few pennies along the way from that one. Make sure you are actually watching the videos. We get stuff from that, and you are engaging in the links because that helps us out as well. Much love to my beautiful wife, Christine with a K, who checking in on the YouTube today. And of course, my boy, Josh. Stay safe, stay cool. We can't wait to see you come back here when you get back. In the meantime, we're going to prepare for a great weekend because it's not Tuesday. It's Friday, and we're going to get through this thing again. So more stories posting already right now for you to gauge, judge, and see what's good or not. We'll have about 90 or so stories over the weekend. So with that, we'll choose from the top 30 stories, top 30 of those stories from Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and early Monday morning. So we have a lot to choose from, a lot to fight for. Will the stories that come out today, will the story on Larry David make it through the weekend? We shall see, assuming nothing else blows up come Monday. Thank you so much for being with us. Love you all. Can't do this without you guys. Remember, stay hydrated. Here we go. Stay hydrated. We got a bottle of water here. Stay hydrated. Stay limber. Stay on task. We need you here for the great things you are here to be for. Love you much. See you Monday.